First known as Rangoon crab, Crab Rangoon likely originated in the early 1940s from the mind of Victor Bergeron, the founder of Trader Vic's in Oakland. By the 1960s, the dish had spread across California before exploding eastward, becoming a staple in American Chinese restaurants across the country. This was when Crab Rangoon was still made with crab with a C. Crab with a K came later in the 1970s. Invented in Japan, surimi, or fake crab, was introduced to America in 1975. It was cheaper, its price more consistent than real crab, and it boasted a near 100% yield as opposed to picking crab meat yourself or paying a premium for someone else to do it. In short, Crab with a K won on ease and economics. And by the end of the 1980s, most Crab Rangoon available in the US was made with the stuff, and still is. To be honest, I didn't know about any of that until I decided to make this video. For me, Crab Rangoon was a cornerstone of Chinese buffets, a must-have item on Thai menus, and the sole reason behind 10% of my body fat before Wegovy had its way with me. As Alan Jackson would have liked to say, I was willing and she was ready. There were no grape snow cones for me that day, and not many thereafter. Crab Rangoon, particularly in its final, price-optimized, and geographically ubiquitous form, is a beautiful distillation of the American spirit. So what more fitting of a year to make a video about it than the 250th anniversary of America's birth? I hope you'll be gooning with me today as we make Crab Rangoon. Today, I'll be making Crab Rangoon as we typically find it across America. Perhaps at some point in the future, I'll return to the dish to make the version that's true to Trader Vic's original, but we will leave that for a different day. Nowadays, Crab Rangoon is typically made with a mixture of cream cheese, surimi, and green onions stuffed into a wonton and fried. A good rule of thumb is for every 4 ounces of cream cheese to use 3 ounces of crab and 3 green onions. That said, I'm making a scaled down batch because it's just me eating these delicious goons today. I'm also curious to see how well the surimi and the wonton wrappers hold up to freezing when I do a video later about Crab Rangoon pizza. But that's a story for a different day. Let's get back to this recipe. Start with the green onions, slicing off those tips like your last name is Bobbit, and don't forget to peel off that annoying, semi-slimy outer layer if your scallions have the misfortune of being afflicted with them. What is that? Anyway, finely slice the scallions, then set them aside. For the crab, especially if you're using the imitation crab, it couldn't be easier. Just rock your knife back and forth over them a few times to get a rough chop. Then, after reserving a tablespoon or so of green onion for later, combine them both in the bowl with cream cheese and mix until homogeneous. The hardest part about this recipe, which really isn't that difficult at all, is stuffing the goons. Stuffing the wontons. Stuffing the goons, that comes later when the camera's off. You'll just want to add under a tablespoon of the mixture to the center of the wrapper, then line 2 of the 4 sides with a dash of water. The next part is up to you, the shape. You can keep it simple with the basic triangle, or go for the classic 4-point star. Whatever you choose, don't overestimate your own capabilities. I went with the triangle because I know where my strengths lie, and I've never been good at origami. In a pot of neutral oil, the seedier the better, fry the Crab Rangoon at 325 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for a couple minutes. It doesn't take long for the shell to become golden brown, and we don't need to worry about cooking anything through. One recommendation, if I may. Use triple the amount of oil in a pot 2 times the size as I did. As you can tell, I struggled to flip the Crab Rangoon with only 3 in the pot. I even resorted to a fork, which didn't help. A fork, good lord. Serve immediately with your sauce of choice. This is usually a sweet and sour sauce, a duck sauce, or a sweet chili sauce. I'm opting for the latter because it's what I had, so. Oh, and don't forget to garnish it with those leftover green onions. And just like that, you've got Crab Rangoon at home in a matter of minutes. Enjoy your new and expanded waistline. I've got to say, it really tastes no different than what you get at most American Chinese restaurants. And when you get to eat your own Crab Rangoon piping hot at home, you also get to burn the roof of your mouth. Win-win. What else is there to say? It's creamy, cheesy, crunchy, and supposedly crabby. I could eat 20 of these in a single sitting if I really wanted to. Anyway, that's Crab Rangoon, or Rangoon crab. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends. That wouldn't hurt either. Until next time, keep on gooning.